then he's the worst sort of slanderer, because he's been slandering my good name in front of you. Then begging your pardon, your honor, he's a flatterer too. Wasn't he trying to flatter you right now so he could cheat my daughter out of her rightful property? Last of all, he's a deceiver, because he deceives me, my daughter, and even you, honored sir. Spare me the mishegas. I'd heard enough. Krep or get off the pot. Your honor, like Hyman said, his son is a worthless, no good, lowlife, a paskunyak. It's true, his accomplishments, if we can call them that, are limited to sleeping through the day, gambling and sponging off innocent young women. So this worthless schlep, who doesn't even know how to pronounce Torah, if you know what I mean, comes to me and says, Sir, I've come to demand your daughter's hand in marriage. What do I do? Of course I throw him out! The very next day, his father, this Schmindler, standing next to me, this schnook, this oisvorf, Hyman Rabinowitz, comes to my house and pleads, Please, he whines, let my son marry your daughter. I'll do anything to get him off my hands. I promise you he'll get 50% of my fortune, even before I kick the bucket. And how did I receive this, your honors? I say, and I can find you 100 witnesses to prove it. I say to him, not until the coming of Elijah, not until the oceans dry up and the sun drops out of the sky, will I allow you to marry my daughter, fortune or no fortune. Then Rabinowitz leaves the house, hurling curses at my head, and I slam the door in his face. But then what does this mujik, may he be burned to a crisp, do next? He tells his son, it's all arranged. You get your inheritance until the day of your marriage to Goldstein's daughter. And then perfidy of all perfidies, worse than Haman he is. He goes to my daughter, mind you, and says, your father just told me you'll get a big fat dowry when you marry my son. So secretly he arranges the marriage. But the very next day, his shicker son is knocking on my door, demanding the dowry. Am I a sugar or what? For 1 whole week I tear out my hair, I beat my breast, I wear sackcloth and ashes. However, sooner or later you have to accept that what is done is done. Without a hand, you can't make a fist. That young idiot won't see a penny of any dowry, because I know in 2 weeks it'll all be gone. But a little money from Rabinowitz's estate may do my daughter some good. I'm determined to get it from him. And you know what this Gunup said when I went to talk to him? He told me, there's nothing in writing. Liar! Thief! Rabinowitz screams. Before you can say Baruch Atah Adonai, it's once against the whole ganze Megillah with shouting and curses, learned in the esteemed rabbis, may I drop dead if in 1 second I didn't age 100 years. Mr. Bogoff, Your Honor, Rabbi Yankel suggested, must you draw the story out with such tediousness? All we really need are the facts. Venerable sages, Ravs, Lamdins, Hoily Darshans, endless apologies to each and every one of you. I'm almost finished. After they calm down, I let them know I don't believe one thing from what they've been telling me, a neue Geschichte. If you ask me, I say, it's you what are the scoundrels from the Talmud. Correct me if I'm wrong, but here's what happened. Hyman Rabinowitz, I bet you got your reasons why you once cut out your boychik from the will. And you, Goldstein, you also got your reasons you don't want to pay no dowry. In fact, it was Goldstein, not Rabinowitz, what arranges the wedding. One day, this lazy bum son of a Rabinowitz whom Goldstein doesn't know from the shamans of Boiberg shows up dressed like a professor and hints maybe he wants to open some kind of business, and also he's smitten by Goldstein's Hector. Goldstein asks to see the business before he shows the daughter. Mankind weeps, but God laughs. For the first time, the son mentions his papa's name as Rabinowitz. Ah, now Goldstein finds the idea more interesting. He wants to talk mit Zitate. But Reverend wants is to get his son off his hands. So he goes visits Goldstein, and together they cooks up a big pot sinners, a conspiracy. He don't say nothing about no Ville, but he don't say his son ain't no more into Ville neither. Even in Lublin, they know Rabinowitz is a very smart operator at Reher. So, gentlemen, why am I telling you all this? You know the rest. You shake hands. The wedding is arranged, which ain't no secret neither, because you reserve the biggest hall in the town, hires the best caterers, and put up the notices at the synagogue a month in advance. At the wedding, right under the chuppah, Goldstein gives Rabinowitz's son the Nadan in a lump sum, which in a week's time has gone down to the last groschen. All of a sudden, you, Lev Goldstein, realize what kind fool you've been. It's too late. The marriage can't be changed. But you ain't stopped being stupid. Now you think maybe you can make Rabinowitz pay back Sinadan. Anyway, it's possible. He hopes he can disgrace Rabinowitz so much that he is writing his son's name back in his will. That's something put aside for detector. That's why you want me. If I buy Rabinowitz's Bumamesha, his cockle bull story, Goldstein don't get nothing. But if my judgment goes with Goldstein, my guess is he goes home, sits around, and waits until Hyman Rabinowitz drops dead, so the texture can collect. Gentlemen, I won't help you. Believe me, I ain't see Rashi, but I ain't from Schnipperchuk neither. Rachmonis, may your hearts be far from trouble. I've thought about your problems, and here's my advice. You are real pair Shlemiels, both of you. You got lots of chutzpah. I'll grant you, gentlemen, I got only the highest respect for that abler mensch, Rabinowitz's son. He's the one honest man in the whole machaloiches, you grosser martyrs, you hotshots or all hazards. You won't live like lazy bums, but with respectability. Since Rabinowitz's son is the hero, he deserves the happy ending. No, mazel tov. My wish is that Rabinowitz's son will go on making you both look like fools and get rich too. If I was him, I'd do exactly like he does. Kinderheuer, I ain't got his talents. Sei gesinnt. Good day to you, honorable gentlemen. Honorable, wise, distinguished, learned, and sagacious rabbis. I was flabbergasted at their reactions. That they wouldn't like what I said, that I already knew, but I didn't expect they would grab me, cover me with curses, spit on me, shake and rattle me till all the teeth falls out. They empty out my pockets and take back all their gelt. It won't do them no good, brains you can't pay for. Oy vey, they schlepped me around. What can I tell you? On the way home, they dropped me into a big pile horse track. I got just one more thing to say. Helm is too respectable to have a man like me for mayor. Ich soll soll wissen for tourists. About how to be a mayor, I should know as much about misfortune. I quit. The wise elders of Chelm were struck dumb by this new revelation. That's all very well and good, Rabbi Sobel wondered aloud, but how can a mayor be respectable if he hasn't got an occupation? But isn't he working at being mayor, Rabbi Rubin said. But who's going to pay him? Asked Rabbi Yankel, to whom the thought had not previously occurred. The citizens of Chelm, who else? Let him raise taxes. But for what? What do you mean for what? For his professional capacities. But what does the mayor do? To this there was no answer. Nobody could state what the mayor of Chelm was supposed to do.